In this video, you'll learn why you need to start incorporating video content into your overall marketing strategy so you can get the attention of more prospects faster. Let's face it, it's hard enough today to get your prospects' attention, but if you're just doing it one phone call at a time, it is an arduous task. In this video, you will learn how video content can help one post get seen by thousands of prospects at one time. Hi. My name is Andy Neary, CEO and founder of Complete Game Consulting, where we are on a mission to help 25,000 insurance producers sell their first $250,000 of insurance. And in this clip, I am sharing a piece of our workshop from April where I sat down with Chris Hamilton and he shared his experience of what video content has done for his career. Video helped him write more than $1 million of insurance business in 2023 alone. So buckle up, get ready to watch this clip where Chris tells you why you need to make video part of your strategy. And before we dive in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can make sure you are getting all of our latest video content when it goes public here on YouTube. All right, let's dive in. And I'm going to tell you why video content has to be part of your marketing strategy. Here we go. Now, one thing you've done a masterful job at, which a lot of people are hesitant about, is video. I mean, you basically started with video from day one, and there's a lot of people who are very hesitant about that. How did you get started with video? You used an analogy with me offline that I thought was really good. A lot of people don't know. If you don't know, Chris is actually a former drummer. Chris,
Current.
you used a really good analogy on drumming, your experience as a drummer and how it relates to video. Share that.
I grew up playing the drums. I started playing the drums when I was 8 years old. And I'm very passionate about it. It's one of my biggest passions in life. I love it. And I took two things happened. One, I got kicked out of band in high school, my freshman year, and we were at a Christmas concert, and we were in the middle of White Christmas, and I don't know what got into me. I was taking lessons from a jazz drummer, and he always talked about improvisation, and so I broke into like a drum solo during the middle of White Christmas, which is a very boring song, and it threw the entire band off so bad that the director had to cut the band off in the middle of the song because it sounded literally like a train wreck. And at the end of the concert, he came up to me and he said, "You're out of here. Tomorrow morning, you're going to the principal's office. You're not in band anymore." And one of the things that happened is I never played live again. I still continue to take drum lessons. And my drum teacher told me my senior year of high school, he said goodbye to me at the end of one of my lessons. And I thought, well, that's kind of weird. Like, what, are we good? What's going on? And he said, you've pretty much gone as far as you can with me until you go play live somewhere. So go play live and then you can come back. And he passed away about 6 months later from an aortic aneurysm. And I never played live until Monday night this year, like this week. I played live for the first time with a band Monday night. And what it taught me was, man, I look back and I wasted like 30 years, 25 years. I could have been playing live. I wish I would have done it. And that's kind of the same thing with the video. As I had that realization in 2019 and then again in 2022, it's like, I don't want to just let that slip. I need to do something about it. And the reason I thought about video, I would love to tell you that I thought AI, I knew AI was coming. I didn't. No, none of us did in 2022. But I think because of the emergence of AI, videos become even more important, because what came out on stage with those clients asking about emails and what they look at on social media, they say they skip over a lot of the text posting because they know most of it's AI generated now. People are using AI to generate that. And when I was in the sales breakouts, a lot of the producers talked about using ChatGPT to create LinkedIn text messaging, text posts. And so I think there's going to be this dilution. People want reality. They don't want artificial. And there's going to be more emphasis on being personal with people. And I think it's just luck that the video is there. I like the video medium. That's typically what I look at because I like using TikTok. I like learning from people. And so that was the thing that really springboarded me thinking I want to create video content because it's authentic. People can hear my voice. I feel like they have more of a connection with somebody when they see the video, the voice, the inflection, the passion, the whatever it is, versus this static text with an image. And so I just decided that that was the format that I was going to use, was video.
What was it like to create your first video, Chris?
Oh man, it was like nerve wracking. It was nerve wracking. I was like, do I have the right equipment? Do I have the right lighting? If you go, my first video is still on my LinkedIn page. And if you scroll all the way back through, you'll see it. And it's not very good, but you got to start somewhere. And that would be the advice I'd give to anybody, is like, just start. Like, what I do today is very different than what I did when I started. Real time, as I'm telling you this, my content is changing. And I guarantee you this, 2 years from now, what I'm doing today is they're going to be different. It's a constant evolution of what you do. Yeah. So initially I thought, okay, like what kind of equipment do I need? I need a microphone. I need lights. I need a high performance camera. I used the high definition GoPro to start. And then I tried to use a camera that I had. I worried a lot about that sort of stuff. What I've realized now, I'm on a computer camera today. But most of everything I shoot now, like if you see it on YouTube or LinkedIn, it's just shot with this. It's just a camera. It's my iPhone. And so if I'm indoors, I'm usually not even using a microphone. I'm just using the camera. Now I have lights. I have box lights I use because I sit behind this glass. If I don't, it'll look like I'm in witness protection, because the backlighting is really bad in this office. And so if I'm talking anytime before, noon central, I have to use these lights or you won't see me. But for the most part, it's like a $50 investment, and then boom, you're in business. Use your iPhone and a box light.
The key point you're making is it's still more about the message than the equipment. Chris, it's funny, I've had people who look at your videos and go, like, he's just sitting at his desk. I'm like, exactly, but it's what's coming out of his mouth that matters. It's not about where you are and what's in the background. It's about, what are you saying?
And the other thing that's important to think about, guys, because I had, this may resonate with you, I worried about what other people in the industry would think. Everybody here is probably really competent. They know what you're doing. You're probably going to be able to shoot a hole in something that I say. And I worried about that. But at the end of the day, the content that I create is only intended for one audience. It's intended, my audience is, I'm trying to get a hold of business owners first. Some of the stuff I'll say is going to be geared towards a CFO, and then very little of it's going to be geared towards HR people. I try to create something that will at least talk to those three people, though, that something there will resonate. The majority of people that view my stuff aren't my prospects. I think that's what I found most interesting in this whole exercise, is the majority of the people that view my stuff are not my prospects. But if I have a video that gets 10,000 views, and on average, when I go through LinkedIn, because I have a premium, I can see roughly the breakdown of industries and geographies and all sorts of stuff. It's about 10% would be my prospect target audience, which is going to be owners, CFOs, HR. 10%, which is a low percentage, but then you do the math, you're like, well, 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. Well, how could I ever how could I get a hold of 1,000 people with what might have only taken me 20 minutes to create? And so that's when I started realizing the power. I was like, okay, well, not only that, I can put this on multiple different platforms. Somebody will be able to go back and look at it at some point. I could use this in 3 years. And so to me, I felt like it just even resonated more that this is probably the right thing to be doing with my time.